Evening, everyone. Hope we are good. Welcome to fftv with me, Francis Green, for another watch along. Obviously, Man United against Villarreal in the Champions League, and Man United are going to want revenge. Obviously, Villarreal, we know what happened to them last year. They obviously got rid of Arsenal, and then everyone thought they were going to lose against United, and they beat United as well. So, United are going to want big revenge. Ronaldo's in this team tonight. Big pressure on Sancho. He's had well, I wouldn't say he's had a lot of time, but he's had a few weeks now to settle in, and people are expecting something from Sancho, and he really needs to start. I think the fact that Ronaldo was signed has kind of gave him that little bit of breathing space. But Sancho, if it was anyone else for 72 million, come on. He needs to be pulling up trees, and they need to win tonight. They need to get something doing. I think they've had 7 losses out of 11 under Oli in Europe. So something really needs to change tonight. And now we're just going to go on to the lineups. First of all, let's have a look. Lionel's in the chat. He is saying, big up friend, Sancho starting a lot of pressure on him tonight to perform. I do think so. A lot of people will be watching him tonight. Not without stating the obvious, the millions are watching it on TV. However, they're expecting something from Sancho. He's not set the world alight. I was optimistic. I've got to be honest. I'm a little bit. Is he going to be as good as what people think? I've seen him when he was at City as a kid. Obviously, he's really matured going away, but it's a completely different kettle of fish when you're playing for Man United in the Premier League. You've got to really up your game when you're coming in for 70-odd million. So we will see how he does. No doubt, I think he's going to go on to be very good signing for United. But how long does we need to start seeing something? We need to at least see some assists and some goals, that's for sure. Chris is coming. He's put, come on, Villarreal, got posh on the radio as well. Yeah, Peterborough playing tonight, need a big game. Clark Harris and Dembele both past fit, which is badly needed for Peterborough. I can tell you that. So great that everyone is in, obviously, the chat. I think the big games were last night. We missed out, obviously. Liverpool seemed like a magnificent game last night. Messi came up, did what he did, quiet for most of the game, and then Bosch puts it top corner against the Man City side, and who I thought were better than PSG last night. But when you've got Messi, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. He can be quiet the whole game, but he's not the greatest ever because for no reason. He does what he does, and he finished that game off last night. So that could be the big difference with PSG. But obviously tonight, Man United, there also is Chelsea and Juventus. Osin's just come in as well, and he just said Chelsea or Juventus. It's tricky. We know Juventus have not been great this season, but this could be a tricky game. That could be a tricky game for Chelsea. I would probably go for a draw on that one. I was going to do that one, but then I thought, you know what, with Ronaldo playing, with Sancho playing, with them wanting revenge against Villarreal, I thought, you know, let's get in. Good evening, Craig, to yourself. Good evening, Joe. Hope everyone is well. Roll Right has put, let's hope for a good evening. Let's hope for an entertaining football. I think last night wasn't the most entertaining. You know, every time Messi gets the ball, I'm entertained anyway. But it wasn't the most entertaining game last night, was it? City should have probably won the game. They had enough chances to win the game. Let's hope that tonight, Man United turn up, want revenge, get Oli a win in Europe because he needs one. Big time after losing 7 out of his 11 or whatever it may be, or whatever the stat is, and let's see Sancho on the front foot. Let's see Pogba doing a bit, because Pogba's had a good few games at the beginning of the season. Everyone's saying he's back now. For me, I'm still not convinced. Still not convinced. You know, Sancho, I'm still not convinced. And people might say you're crazy. Like, I just look at the full fundamentals of a football and a footballer season. So we will see. We will see. Evening 2021 content is put evening as well. I hope you're good, friend. Hope you're good as well. The reason that I've not done 2 daily vibes is literally because we do the watch-alongs at night, so we can speak about what we need to speak about during the watch-alongs, because we've got plenty to talk about. Let's be honest with what's going on in the football world. I watched a few YouTube videos or live streams today. And football terrorist, big shout out to Terry in that, and there's a lot of Arsenal fans on there, and it was emotional and people were arguing and all that, and I think we just need to slow down. I think we need to slow down, that's for sure. Roll Right has put City should have been down to 10 though. Yeah. At first I thought it was a harsh yellow, gotta be honest, Roll Right, and then when it always looks worse in slow motion, I think it's because he's just going, De Bruyne is going for the ball to try and kick it back, and he's got there late, And in slow-mo, it looks a lot worse. But I have seen reds. I have seen reds for that. Nave's coming, he's put Emre. Hey, listen. I think a lot of people would probably want Emre back now. Chris has put it's evening tonight, folks, not evening. All right, then. It's evening tonight, not evening. So it's going for. Right, let's go through the teams, people. Let's have a look. So, first one. Lindelof was coming. That's a big change for Maguire. We know Maguire was injured. So you've got De Gea, Lindelof, Pogba, Ronaldo, Greenwood, Fernandes, Varane, Delat, Sancho, Telles, and McTominay. Now, I'm surprised at the moment how I see people giving Greenwood a little bit of grief. Like, he's the best youngster at your club, and you give him a little bit of grief. Sometimes I think United fans are never, ever happy, to be honest. I've got to be honest, are never, ever happy. So it is a strange one for me. I've got to be honest. So let me stop sharing that one and let's get on to the Villarreal one. So let's have a look at the Villarreal. They've had one saying, obviously, Moreno, as you can see, which side, he is not playing. They brought Alcazar, I think his name is. I'll get him up now. More like Alcatraz at this rate. Here we are. Where is it? Alsassa, I think they call him. He did well last year. He's not a regular starter. He's 28 now. That's not old, but he's not a regular starter. And he's a goal poacher, so they've got to create chances for him. So Villarreal, ruling goal. Albiol, as we know from last season, Arsenal and Man United fans will be familiar with him. The captain, obviously, Pau Torres, who for me is the best young centre-half at the moment. I can see flying around, magnificent. I think he's only like 23, 24. And how he's still at Villarreal, I do not know. So watch out for him tonight. Obviously, Parejo, Capoue, fourth, Alsassa, Chigurez, Danjuma, who I thought Arsenal should have gone for last year. So, and now Danjuma, look out for him. I think he's their top goal scorer, maybe 3 or 4 goals. Alberto Moreno, and then obviously Pino as well. So they've got decent players on show, but Danjuma, thought it was awesome for Bournemouth last year, and I can't believe a Premier League team didn't go for him. We missed a trick there. I can tell you that, because he was very, very exciting in the Championship last year, Danjuma. Really, really liked him. Let's go for a couple of your comments. They've saying Emery will tactically outsmart Ollie for me tonight. 2-0 Villarreal. I can see Man United scoring at home, looking for revenge, need some kind of tempo. They've got enough players in that team. Sancho needs to turn up tonight for me. There's no excuses. When you come in for that money and you've done what you did last season, you're playing for Man United, one of the best teams in England. You should be ripping people to shreds and causing problems. So I'm hoping Sancho turns up tonight. I really am. Roll Right's put, if Emre does Ollie 2-0 tonight, he'd have to be sacked at full time. That would be a madness. Listen, I don't think Man United don't like Arsenal. I think Ollie, they'll give him they have gave him more time than normal. But I think if they lose tonight and it's like a terrible loss, it's not good. He will be gone soon. I think he will be gone soon if they don't start pulling some wins together. That's interesting. Nath's obviously speaking, rated Emre before he came to our club and still do now. You don't win as many titles as he has if you're a scrub for a manager. Exactly. You got to look at obviously the way people are and how many titles they've won, or the style of play. Salmon's coming to put big up Fran and everyone in the chat. Big up yourself and everyone else in the chat. As always, Roll Right. One can only hope. Yeah, hey, listen, we will see what happens with him. We will see what happens with him. But it's very, very interesting this year. They're obviously, United, they're all about the Champions League. That's what they want. Obviously, Europa last year and all that nonsense, what was going on, Mickey Mouse, second tier of the Champions League. And Arsenal are not even in any of them this year, which is even more so embarrassing. But we will see what happens with that, if it will be beneficial over the course of the season or not. Everyone seems to think it is going to be very, very beneficial. But at the end of the day, sometimes I think if you're not good enough, you're not good enough. But fingers crossed, and I hope I'm proved wrong. Some games tonight. Atalanta beat Young Boys 1-0. Zenit beat Malmo 4. You've got Juventus, Chelsea, Benfica, Barca, Bayern, Dynamo Kiev, Wolfsburg, Sevilla, and Salzburg v Lille. So some good games tonight, some good games. Benfica, Barcelona will be interesting because we know Barcelona are not Barcelona anymore because of their financial issues. And Benfica could be a little bit of a test. Benfica's, I remember going Benfica. We took a kid on trial there. I'm going around the stadium, and that used to be on my Instagram. I'm not on Instagram no more. But Benfica was a magnificent stadium. Magnificent stadium. You could just feel I don't know, you could just feel something when you walked in the stadium. So yeah, interesting. I think Barca could struggle against the Benfica team. Even though Benfica are not magnificent, but they still could struggle. Interesting. So tonight, Pogba's got to turn up for me, as always. He rates himself highly. The world seems to rate him as well. Social media definitely rates him. So I need to see something from him. Sancho's another one. I need to see something tonight. I've not seen anything yet what would suggest he's a wonder kid that everyone said he was in Germany. And I kept saying to everyone, just slow down, slow down. Everything needs to be right. We need to see what he's like when he's come back. There's a reason Man City didn't want to take out the buyback clause on him. You know, not saying that they're always right, but something needs to happen tonight. I can tell you that. I feel a performance, but I felt that last year against this Villarreal team for Arsenal. I thought we were odds on to beat them. And then when they got to the final, I actually thought Man United would bop them about 3 in the final. And look what happened. And it's all to do, just like Nathan said. Emre, tactician, knows how to frustrate teams and has that little bit of quality to nick a goal. I can tell you that. So hopefully tonight, people, when we do change the score graphics, we don't have a problem like we had last night. We had a problem last night. Well, when I changed the score graphics for whatever reason, the computer froze and it was a nightmare, absolute nightmare. So let's hope we don't have that tonight. I feel it's going to be a good game. I feel goals. Watch out for Danjuma. I think Arsenal should have signed him, missed the trick there last year. Very, very good in the Championship. People will say, but Championship, listen, Championship is a very, very good standard. You've seen a lot of players can't cope in that level. Gem's on the Manx now. She's obviously got happy with last night's results. Don't think there's many Man United in the chat. To be fair, Barbados, Munzie, Real Talk, MU, a few of them, they may come in there. I imagine they're doing their own watch-alongs tonight. I can tell you that. So they need to step up. If you look at them going forward, they really need to step up tonight. Like I say, Pogba, Ronaldo, and Sancho, for me, need to be the ones that step up. Rawrights obviously said, listen, Fran, don't talk about the Villarreal game last season, Fran. I still wake up with cold sweats. I can't believe it. Honestly, I could not believe it. United have gone for a 4-3-3. Delap, Varane, Lindelof, Telles, McTominay, Pogba, Fernandes, Sancho, Greenwood, and Ronaldo. I think Greenwood's outstanding, by the way. Love Greenwood. And that's just reminded me, obviously, Gems in the chat about Liverpool. I think Curtis Jones is the most underrated youngster in British football, in the Premier League. I remember seeing him last year, and I was thinking, this player, he's a baller. I just think he's the most underrated. He looks stronger now. He looks quicker. He's definitely the most underrated youngster. And I don't know why he's going under the radar, because he's fantastic. He is fantastic. Villarreal, I don't know if they'll match up, maybe, 4-3-3 is the way forward now, 4-2-1, 4-2-3-1, whatever it may be. Morena, Abiol, fourth, Pereiro, Capoue, Tregeres, Danjuma, Alsalsa, and Yeremy on the Pino on the right as well. So they're just going to go for a straightforward 4-3-3. You know how hard they're going to be to break down. So we will see. Pogba disrespectful with the fake dreads. I mean, Pogba's just decided to go Rastafari with some fake dreads, blue blonde dreads in his head top. I mean, and Dele Alli's tried to do it as well. If you're going to grow dreads properly. And you got to have a word, Gems, with Trent. I don't know what Trent's doing with his. He looks like a homeless Rastafari. So these people have got to sort their dreads out. If they're going to do it properly. At least Pogba's a neat. But I'm not sure about the blue and the blonde. I can tell you that. I'm not sure few yard man would be happy about that. Naysport FG, I agree with you. Too many snobby fans about if you don't do it in the Championship, then you can't do it in the Prem. Hate that train of thought. I mean, it's ridiculous. Yeah, some players, by the way, who are better when they play higher because they've got good players around. And there's a kid at Peterborough at the moment, oh, young lad, he's the best ball playing centre back I've seen. He's like 18 years old. He's like 18 years old at Peterborough. He will go to a Premier League team by the end of this season, I believe, if he's got the right agent. Watch out for him. Good kid. Simon's put, Fran, which stadium is your favourite to play at, and which stadium you wish you've played? The best stadium that I played at has to be wait there straight away. Man United on the front foot. Greenwood goes to cut inside. He can't go wide because he's going to be offside. McTominay. By the way, I was watching something earlier, and a couple of people were talking about, would McTominay be a better player with the right manager? And they use Henderson, they use Declan Rice as an example. And I actually agree. I think a different manager makes McTominay a proper player, and people are going to be surprised. Because let's be honest, everyone was surprised about Henderson. Everyone in the world was surprised how good Henderson became under Klopp. Lindelof's got a little bit of test for night. Greenwood down the side to Bruno, moving the ball really, really well. So going back to the stadium, it's a weird one. The best stadium, obviously, I've ever played at was Wembley. And it was the proper Wembley as well. So the Twin Towers where England won the World Cup. So for me, playing at the original Wembley as a kid, that's your dream. And that happened. Oh, Pogba. Oh, I thought Pogba was in. So for me, it has to be Wembley. Then Millennium Stadium, 45,000, whatever it was, playoff final. And then Stamford Bridge. Obviously, Stamford Bridge were probably they're the three best stadiums that I played at. And the one that I wish I would have played at would have been the old Highbury, obviously, as an Arsenal fan. We played a couple of reserve games at Premier League games, like White Hart Lane, etc. Man United might have a chance here. Ronaldo goes to the edge of the box, skips it wide. Bruno goes for a can see what he's trying there. I'm surprised Ronaldo didn't have a shot. Really am. Trent has given up. It looks like he's given up. It looks like Trent has been released and he's become an addict, and he's just decided to do something with his hair. Someone has to have a word with him. Someone has to have a word with Trent. Score prediction, Fran. I'm going for a 2-1 win United. I'm going for a 2-1. Yeah. I'm going to go for 2-1 United. They really hit the route. They come out with the traps on the front foot. I want to see this front line do bits tonight. I want to see this front line do bits tonight. Chris is on about Peterborough. Come on, Borough. Come on, Borough. They got Bournemouth tonight, which is going to be a test for them. But they're very good at home. They're very good at home. So let's hope that they can get the win. Ings, Eze, and Sahar have proven otherwise, that you can come up from the Championship and do well. Yeah, look, listen, Grealish. There's loads of players that come from the Championship and do exceptionally well. And then there's loads of players that go from League One to the Championship to the Premier League. We have a pyramid system in England for a reason. And it gives everyone the opportunity to chase their dream and get to the heights of the Premier League if you work hard and you get a little bit of luck along the way, let's be honest, and play the game in the right way. Keep your mouth shut. Danjuma could cause problems tonight. Interesting. Could cause problems tonight. This depends on how much they get the ball. That's for sure. Let's review it once they get a new manager. Yeah, like you say, I just think he has that potential to do that, because we've seen it in other clubs with other managers and other players who you never thought would be good. But like you say, it's all in hindsight. I'm not about history settings and I'm not about future settings, that's for sure. Just looking at the present. And at the present, he plays for Ollie. I think Ollie trusts him, and that's why. But Man United fans are not having him at all. At all. I don't think it's going to be as easy as a lot of people think, because for some reason, no matter how many times Villarreal play an English team, we still disrespect them, and they bopped both of English teams in the Europa last year. So we disrespect them. I can tell you that. Yeah, Bruno skied it again. Tony's in the building spot. Evening, everyone. Last night, Real Madrid getting beat by a team who most didn't even know. Must be one of the biggest successes in Champions League. It's got to be. And by the way, I'm going to admit, as much football knowledge as I have, I only found out about this team last week. Last week, I found out about this team from Moldova. Could not believe it. And I don't know if you've not seen it, but the winning goal, honestly, left foot, edge of the box, it was ridiculous. And it's just going away from the goalkeeper, and it's gone basically in the stanch to win it at Real Madrid. Ridiculous. Proper what dreams are made of. McTominay's on the edge of the box. Sancho clips it in. I want to see something from tonight. I want to see something from him tonight. I can tell you that. Next put, I don't rate him, to be honest. But as a football fan, I always up for being proven wrong. But now he's just a knee slide merchant for me, McTominay. Yeah. Listen, like you say, the beauty about football is what I like is you're entitled to change your mind because people do improve and get better. What I don't like is when people refuse to change their mind because it's a bias, because they don't like something. I think that's just closed mind. Oh, they're in here. They're in. Oh, it's a bad. Danjuma, I know what he's gone for. He's gone to put it wide, but he's got it wrong. That's a big opportunity for Villarreal, by the way. And they've got to be careful of that. Got to be very, very careful of that. He will get in down the side. I can tell you that. Nunes for Benfica. Beating Barcelona 1-0. I think who's put it in the chat? Someone's just put it in the chat. Yep. Benfica beating Barca already. 3 minutes on the clock. Nunes has scored for Benfica. Going for Villa win 3-1. Hey, interesting. Roll Writers put Sancho got to turn up in games like this or questioning are going to start being asked. I'm already asking questions, people. I'm already asking questions. I'm telling you now, people are like, yeah, but Fran, what do you mean? It's not going to turn bad overnight. He's not going to turn bad. The price tag, the pressure, the club that he's at, the temptation of living in Manchester, back at England. Dortmund is a little place where nothing happens. Like nothing happens in Dortmund. All these distractions are going to be the issue for Sancho on the pitch. He knows he needs to produce. And it's not free-flowing. This is not a free-flowing Dortmund team. This is Man United team, which is a little bit above average. Oh, Ronaldo's had a free header. He normally puts them in. Could be a little bit high for him. In-swinging corner. No, out-swinging corner, should I say. Ronaldo's got half a yard. Gets to the near stick. Great movement, as always, but gets it wrong. It's disappointing for him because he's got a clear header. And there's the Danjuma one. You can see what he's gone for. He's gone for the wide. He's gone put it wide up to here, but he's not caught it right. It's gone straight. I think, by the way, I think Villarreal will get in, but I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet against United here. United fans will lose their you-know-what if they will lose their... They'll lose their minds, by the way. They will lose their minds. I've lost this one. I don't know if that's for me or someone else. Tony C, after Messi scoring last night, Ronaldo will be desperate to score tonight as well. Of course he will. I mean, this argument with these two, it needs to stop because you know what I think. Ronaldo's not, he's not near Messi as a player. As a goal scorer, yeah, but as a player, he's not. Decent ball from Capoue. Out to Pino. Is that Pino on that side? No, I don't think it is. Capoue is looking around the corner as well. Oh, skips past Bruno Fernandes. Danjuma could be in here. Danjuma. Oh, it's a great save from De Gea, by the way. Got to be aware of him. I told you. Danjuma. Arsenal should have signed him. Arsenal should have signed Danjuma. I said it time and time again. It's a decent save. Decent save. Got to be honest, it's a decent save. Jab Grabbers put, was it true Sancho was out partying when losing to young boys? I'm not sure, but listen, he's a multimillionaire now, young kid, got a little bit about him, likes all the sauce and all that, and he's come back to England. He's in Manchester. Believe me, Manchester's my favourite city. Outswinging corner from Villarreal. Manchester's my favourite city. It's all going off in Manchester. Everything. And when you're a young multimillionaire who plays for Man United, you've got to keep your head strong. You've got to surround yourself with the right people. And if not, then he's gonna struggle. He needs to be a workhorse, 100 miles an hour, playing for Man United. You can't afford to be slacking anyway. Villarreal moving the ball a lot crisper and a lot more deliberate. Oh, what a great ball! Oh, I tell you what, I don't know who that is. Into Alsassa. He's on the edge of the box. He could have got half a yard. 10 minutes in, lively. Nasport FG, what other leagues do you watch outside the Prem? To be honest, time-wise, I only watch the Prem. Championship, obviously, I watch the Championship. And I watch a little bit of the French league because of PSG. I used to watch the Spanish league all the time. A while back, especially when it was good, and we have the El Clasico games were good. Oh, great block. Pogba nearly sneaks in at the edge of the box. Great block, but that's it. And I like a little bit of the German league, but I'm not going to turn and say I watch it a lot, because I don't. I don't. And NFL, it's not even football. Villarreal winning this game. I've already seen enough. All right, okay. Brave. Score from a corner. They are good at set pieces. Sancho isn't doing much in the games. He's not doing much. You're right, Camper Cat. He's not doing much in the games. You know, I said, listen, fullbacks are just going to be as quick. He's going to have to do the defensive work. Man United is not free-flowing. They're not always going to be on the game like Dortmund are, always in control of most games. It's going to be a tough pressure move for him. And people don't have it. They don't have it. Like they've already made the mind up. Will he come good? He has potential, but that's not a guarantee. That's not a guarantee in football, is it? That's football. It's not a guarantee for him to come good. Remember Fernando Torres leaving Liverpool, and everyone was like, oh, well, that's it for Chelsea now. Chelsea are going to win everything. It was a disaster. It was a disaster when he went to Chelsea. Sometimes it just doesn't work no matter what. Look at Di Maria for Man United. Look at Veron at Man United. Doesn't necessarily mean it's always going to work. The dynamics, I always say you got to have the pieces to the puzzle. Sometimes, even if good players, it doesn't mean that they're the right piece to fit in that puzzle. Look at Villarreal, for example. They win the Europa League, and no one would have said they was outstanding. They was just a magnificent team. And certain players look good in that team. But when they move, they might not look good. Kaka to Real Madrid. You've seen it so many times. So many times you've seen play. You know, you've seen, look, for example, Pogba at Man United. He's nowhere near as good as Pogba at Juventus. You know? It's just the way that it works. It's football. It's football. Is that Danjuma the reject from Bournemouth? Fran, you was better. Straight tech. Nah, he's good. Hey, listen, Lionel. Danjuma was throwing all kinds of shapes and balling at Bournemouth. And he turned down 2 Premier League moves to go to Villarreal. And I wanted Arsenal to go for him. He tore up the Championship. And he turned down 2 Premier League moves. He wanted to get back in the sun. You know, which I can understand. We all want to get back to the sun. I can tell you that. I reckon Pogba's dreads will be offside for their first attempt. Those dreads would. Sanchez to United. I mean, come on. Coutinho to Barcelona. They don't just turn bad. It's just everything has to be right. That's why Locatelli was saying doesn't want to move to England. His wife doesn't want to move to England. He doesn't want to move to England. And if he would have had to have moved to England because for whatever reason the deal was too good to be true, the chances are it could have just gone wrong because his wife doesn't want to be there. Kids might not settle in. Don't speak much English. Don't get the culture. Don't like her food. Look how many foreign players have come over and they said, I don't like English food. it's very hard for me to get the foods that I want. I don't like the diet. I don't like what footballers eat in England. Ronaldo's edge of the box, skips around. Bruno, oh, he's gone to slip a 1-2 in. I can see what he's trying to do there to Ronaldo, though. But then doesn't Bruno normally hit them? It's interesting, isn't it? It's interesting. Danjuma's one-on-one with Lindelof. He's going to skip past him, probably. Oh, what a ball. That is... What a ball. Oh, Varane. It's a great tackle. One thing you can't do. When people saying Varane, is Varane going to be like the Premier League? Come on. Come on. This guy's pedigree. He's going to get beat every so often. People, you know what I mean? Can he cope in the Premier League like playing for Real Madrid for 10 years? He's not hard enough. Come on. Griezmann to Barca. Never really worked. Owing to Real Madrid. Posh have just missed a sitter. George Grant. That is not good. Dembele to Barca. Which Dembele? Sariki. He'd probably do well, actually. Griezmann to Barca. This doesn't work. I thought Danjuma was the next Ibe, but I guess I was wrong. Yeah. Jordan Ibe. Remember him? Remember him? Jordan Ibe. Everyone raving about him. Just doesn't work. It's crazy. And that's why football moves so quickly. So quickly. Football moves so quickly. World Cup winner Petit to Barcelona was a disaster for him. Hardly played. Look how many names. Look how many world-class footballers we've just named there. Like when they was in the Premier League, we were like, oh my God, some of the best players we've ever seen, right? Go somewhere else, flop. And it's all to do, I tell you people, all to do now with environments. Like anything you do in life. It's all to do with environments. Danjuma keeps getting the ball in here, by the way. Who's he left? Who's he left there? Oh, what a save it's De Gea. They got to get a grip of Danjuma. Danjuma's ripping them apart. Absolutely ripping them apart. Every time he gets the ball, Danjuma, he's just going one-on-one. They can't keep up with him. He's their top goal scorer this year. He's ripping them to bits. That's a great save, by the way, from De Gea. Fair play. Overmars to Barca. Listen, Fernando Torres, Liverpool to Chelsea, for me, always stands out. Always stands out, that one. Absolute was the best striker in the Premier League at that time. Moves, and it just doesn't work out for him. Kamkat Overmars to Barca. BK's put, good evening, Fran, and the chat. Missed anything? Going to turn it on now. Not much. You've not missed much. All I do know is that Villarreal are looking very, very comfortable when they go forward, and Danjuma is causing a problem. United are trying to. It's a great. Oh, they're in. Oh, Ronaldo gets it wrong. He gets it wrong. Ronaldo gets it wrong. Great first touch. I think it was that Sancho? I thought it was Greenwood, but I think it was Sancho. It was a great first touch. Gone inside to Ronaldo. Ronaldo's gone first time, which he's got to, into Greenwood. Got it wrong. Got it wrong. Come on, you know it's a great city, that. Great city. De Gea is being pressured. Bristol's good. I'm down there, Bristol, soon, if you're about. Yeah, we're down there soon. Ronaldo's put a ball in. It's not going to happen, mate. Peterborough got Bristol on Saturday, haven't they? $20 minutes gone. Man United 0-0. Villarreal probably sneaked it first half. Got to be honest, probably the better team. Probably the better team. Barca, yeah, 1-0. You'd argue that Sterling was a better player. Nah, can't have that. Can't have that. He had he went to a 20 goal scoring winger stroke striker, didn't he? When he moved. So I can't agree with that one. Juventus all over Chelsea. That's going to be a tough game. I went for a draw on that one. All I do is watch football, make streams about football, and go work. Yeah, but it's hard, to be fair. You know, full-time work, kids, and then, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then streaming and then watching football. It's a lot of time and effort. There's no doubt about that. Bruno needs to liven up. Give the ball away. Very, very slow Bruno was then. I think he was looking for something, but yeah, got to move the ball quicker than that against this Villarreal team. Danjuma's having these lot on toast. He's off again. He's ripping them to bits. He's absolutely ripping them to bits down this left-hand side, Danjuma. Cambercats, but I don't think Ferguson will get much longer to turn it around at Peterborough. They're all about trust this process, trust the process, aren't they? Darren's saying, you know, Darren's saying trust the process, trust the process. But it's one of those, you don't want to do all that hard work to get up to the Championship. We're talking about Peterborough now. And then because you're loyalty or you like the manager, you keep them and then you get relegated. Because it might take you another 10 years to get back up. So you've got to be more ruthless for me. I think if we get cut adrift, that's when something needs to happen. Forever while you're in the mix and you got to chat. Oh, they've missed it. He's absolutely missed it. Moreno as well, who has got a left foot as a hammer, has just missed another opportunity. Man United at the minute are getting bossed. Danjuma's the best player on the park at the moment. I'm not surprised. He was great in the Championship. He's ripping it to bits here. Definitely missing Wan-Bissaka, 100%. He wouldn't be able to just rip Wan-Bissaka like that. Like I say, not many people beat him one-on-one at all. But he's having a field day at the moment. Absolute field day. Jan said, come across some interesting stats yesterday. Arsenal opponents' equalising rate was 22%, which was the lowest in the Prem. We are a tough team to beat when 1-0 up. The FA Cup run proves the point. Good stat. It's a good stat. I'm not a massive stats fan. I think it's quite misleading at times. But obviously they do have some substance because they show things that maybe we wouldn't be aware of, like that exactly. It just shows that we best be going 1-0 up in games, I can tell you that. Thanks for the stat notes, Johan. I really do appreciate that. FG, Sterling was quality under Brendan Rodgers, but Pep got him to improve on his end. That's what it was. That's what it was. He took him to that next level. He said, listen, you can't be scoring 10 goals a season. You've got to be trying getting 15, 20 goals a season. So, you know, and he did that. And he did that. I'm just not sure whether at Man City, will his time, because by the way, Sterling is still only about 26 years old. Like, he's still got 4 or 5 top years left in him. Interesting to see if he stays there and continue, or will he look for another challenge? Johan's put, the problem is we always need luck to score the first goal. Can't do it on our own. Yeah, true. Chris has put, he's watching Posh as well on the radio. Posh nearly scored from the halfway line. Jack Taylor. He's our best midfielder, I think, Jack Taylor at Peterborough United. Best, he's the best. Then Liverpool won the Champions League when Sterling, there you go, and he's been chasing it ever since. So I bet he's fuming about that one. It's been a decent half, to be fair. It's been better than the game last night. The PSG Man City so far. People say, oh, you know, and even I said it, Sancho, Pogba, Ronaldo need to step up at games like this. But we've seen how well drilled Villarreal are. They're so well drilled. I mean, Man United have not had a decent chance yet. Not had a decent chance at all. It's a free kick. It's going to give it. Greenwood. BK facts. Stats without contents mean nothing. Laugh out loud. Listen, like you're saying, I get stats. It's a modern thing in football. I get it. And some stats obviously are very, very relevant. But I think also they mislead so many fans, like to jump on hype or on the flip side then to go the complete other way. I'm a very much old school, as you know, just taking my experience from playing so many games and just looking at what I see. Like, what do I see? What are you going to give me? And what I'm seeing at the minute is Villarreal just skipping past Tellez, I think it was. I think it was Pino, was it? Jeremy Pino, decent little player. Just heads it past Alex Tellez. But his end product was, and you know what? I'm doing the same. I'm smashing it from there as well. Got to be honest. Got to be honest. Yeah, Sterling would be awesome under Klopp, the way that they play. Bruno over the bar was best chance they've had. Yeah, Bruno over the bar, edge of the box was the best chance. Ronaldo's header, arguably, Ronaldo's header weren't bad. If Emre is getting the best from his team, shows that there is an attitude issue with many Arsenal players. True. I thought Emre did well for us. People were just screaming because they thought we should be going to the next level. And then look what happened. Look what happened. Don't get me wrong, it could change in the future. It could be very, very different. Capoue out to, I think it's Pino again. They shouldn't really do anything here. There's 3 on 4. They've managed to get skipped out decent from Capoue. He's just going to keep the ball, you would imagine. Look at the tempo from the middle of the park. Like, they're just strolling around, Man United. Like, you need high press. You can't get, you know what I mean? Just, you're at Old Trafford. You're at home against Villarreal. You need some energy. Like, it's crazy. Derby winning, Forest losing. I mean, Derby are struggling, aren't they? But the way they carry on, they'll probably catch Forest because Forest are just shambolic. Shambolic. I'm actually a Notts County fan rather than Forest, but I don't really watch. Well, I'm not even a fan. I'll say I look out for Notts County a little bit more than Forest because for years, all they've done is just let us down for the last 20 or 30 years. So I don't even bother, to be honest. I should do. It would be my hometown. James is saying, stats get pulled up on Bobby to say he's not decent and speaks for nothing on what he does for the team. That's what I mean. I would just think they're misleading at times. And it's people's excuse. Sancho finally takes someone on. He's in behind now. He's not going to do much here. He's surrounded by 3, 4. Gives the ball away. Slack. Oof. Bruno gets frustrated and just chops him down. He's having a word with Sancho now. He's getting frustrated. You can't give balls like that. Sancho's got to be better, man. He's saying, sorry, boys, mate. But you got to do better, son. You got to do better than that. You need to step up. Pogba clips it to the back stick. You what, mate? You having what? Oh, no, I'm all right, mate. I'm not even hungry. No, I'm not hungry. Huh? All right, no worries. Sorry, people. Just don't know, it's a bit late to eat, that's all. Firmino is fantastic footballer and does well for the team, but it would be good if he could help lessen the burden on Salah and Mane in terms of goal. Yeah, I think his role, though, is very different from Mane's and Salah's, isn't it? That's the thing. Terence is in the building. I seen Terence earlier, actually on Football Terrace. I mean, I don't know what you thought about that, Terence, but I thought it was absolute waffle from some of the Arsenal fans that came on. No, let me know. Let me know what you thought earlier. I was thinking, come on, people. Arsenal fans surely are not thinking like this, but hey, let me know what you thought, Terence. I'm sure you was on earlier. That's how you keep slim. Just arrived, friend. How's the game going? It's not a bad game, Alan. I've got to be honest. Yeah, proper waffles. I've got to be honest. It's not a bad game at all. Villarreal should be winning. And I think if Villarreal win this game, Ollie's going to get ridiculous amounts of pressure from everyone. They already want him out, don't they? They think they want something spectacular. It's like, you know, I don't know if you've ever had one of those mates. I've had them a few times. And say you've had a couple of nice looking women back in the day and you've got a mate and he's like, oh, I would like someone like that. And I'm like, well, what makes you think you warrant, you know, a girlfriend or a girl like that when they're not even sorting themselves out? That's what it looks like to me with Man United. They want this manager. Oh, Dan Juma's done it again. They need to sort something out. And then he's done something terrible at the end. Commentator's curse. And I'm like, well, what makes you think you're going to get that? And that's how Man United are rolling. Man United are moving like, well, we want this superstar manager. And they're rubbish at the minute on the pitch. And I think just because, by the way, they will get a superstar manager, but it makes me laugh how the fans like say, well, no, he's not good enough for us and we want someone else. And he finished second last year and all they ever do is about his tactics. I just think it's the fact that they want a personality, and I get that, to match the club. That's what I think they want. Who's your favourite for the Champions League? Wow, that is tough. PSG, I don't think they're comfortable at the back. Man City need a 9. If Man City stay in it until Jan or later on and they get someone big in the market, then Man City. But if not, I couldn't even tell you. Couldn't even tell you. He got 2 last night, mate, but regardless, that's not his role, not what Klopp asked him to do. And I think that's the problem. Klopp doesn't ask Firmino to do that role. Doesn't ask him. Oh, no, Varane's made a mistake from a little nudge. Oh, they've missed another chance. Edge of the box have missed it. Alsacer's missed an absolute golden opportunity. I think he gives Varane a tiny nudge. I'm kind of looking out for him here, or he's just misjudged the bounce of the ball. They've had 3 proper opportunities now. Danjuma's absolutely destroying Man United down this side. They're missing Wan-Bissaka. They've had 2 opportunities. Moreno should have hit the target and just inside the box. Danjuma should have at least hit the target twice. And Alsacer has just missed a golden opportunity to put them 1-0. They're by far the best team. Started off even, but they're the best team. Sancho's gave the ball away, I think, nearly every time he's got it. Don't want to dig him out, but at the end of the day, when someone, I do it with Pepe and I'll do it with him. When someone's worth that amount of money, well, so-called worth that amount of money, then I'm going to dig you out. It's as simple as that. I'm going to dig you out. Chris, I think, has asked James a question. It's a Bristol question. Are you the gas or the, City or Rovers? Yeah, Danjuma's destroying Man United down this side. Proper player. I loved him last year. I loved him in the Championship. How have Villarreal not scored at least 2? This is unreal. I know. Can't believe it. Cannot believe it. It could probably end up costing them, but Villarreal look better than they were last year. By the way, I think my camera may be exhausted. So if this camera turns off, people, I might have to use the one on the Mac, which I don't like using, but we will see because it looks like it may die. Been using it again, forgot to put it on charge. So if it does die, don't worry. I will be back, but it just will be on the webcam of the computer, okay? It's not as good quality as this, but it'll still do a job to get us through. This is the opportunity. Let me have a look. Ball forward. Yeah, first touch. He just doesn't touch it, and he gets let off big time. He goes to touch it and misses it. Ooh, and he's like, no, he's trying to get back in. And thankfully, Alsacer has just dragged it wide. Absolute drags. Both Bristol teams are in different leagues, so I want to say them both do well. Bristol City is my team now. Rovers are doing some great things for the kids in Bristol. City are at Peterborough on Saturday. No, FG, now come to think about it, Firmino was actually a midfielder when he played in the Bundesliga, so it's fair point. Yeah, he's very, very good technically. He brings people into play. He's very clever in and around the box. And I think when people see the tag striker, Greenwood, Sancho tries to get in, gets tackled. Decent from him, he's attacking. When people see the term striker, so if you put my Wikipedia up or my Google or whatever, it will say striker. And then people are like, well, and he got like 70 goals in 350 games or whatever. He can't be good. I played wide right, and my job was to run up and down and probably put crosses in and nick the odd goal because the other 2 strikers used to stay up top and score the goals. So it's very hard. That's why I'm not a stats person, because everyone has different roles. But Firmino is fantastic. Oh, Bruno, absolutely nuts. Capoue, decent defending in the end. And then he's pulled him back. Bruno's getting frustrated. He's not happy. He's getting well frustrated. Getting well frustrated. Oh, Munzi talked. By the way, Munzi, I would be quiet about Arsenal because this performance, mate, you're getting absolutely bullied by Villarreal. Danjuma, who if you were saying Franny was a Championship winger, is ripping you to shreds. If you lose this, Munzi, you want Ollie out anyway, don't you? You want Ollie out, don't you? But listen, this team, you know, like Ronaldo, you got to create chances for Ronaldo. Ronaldo ain't a Messi. He ain't getting the ball on the halfway line and do what Messi does. Ronaldo needs chances. And if you don't create them for Ronaldo, what's going to happen to him? Is his legacy dead if you don't score all the goals? What if he flops? Can you imagine if Ronaldo flops at United? What would you say? Still in Champions League, though. Yeah, we're just having a break. We're just having a break. We're just out here having a break. Arsenal fans. You know, sometimes when you have to go away and work on yourself, that's what we're doing. Posh, easily the best side first half. Should be at least 1-0. Peterborough are very good at home. Very, very good at home. Mate, I'm watching it and I agree with you. Yeah. Listen, Villarreal, the chances that they've missed could cost them. Greenwood's in here now. Tries to get in behind. No. Offside? Offside, offside. Keep drinking the sample water, laugh out loud. Hey, listen, I got the water here, mate. Water here. You know the water. No alcohol in this temple. Days are over. Oh, it's hard. You've got to bring that down instantly, Greenwood has. He's got to bring that down. Sam's coming. He's put even in front of what's going on with United. They're getting battered at the minute. But it's only 1-0. I mean, it's only 0-0. And when you've got Ronaldo, Greenwood, Fernandes, and Sancho, you might have an opportunity to get a goal. And Pogba, a free kick, maybe. Villarreal have let them off big time. They should be 3-0 up. Man United should be 3-0 down. Laka does all the dirty work well, but he's just not clinical enough. Yeah, Laka's role a little bit different. He's very good at linking it. He's probably better than Aubameyang at linking it, but he's not the fastest. And he's not someone like, if the ball drops him in the 18-yard box, you're not very, very confident that he's probably going to score. What do you think United are missing? Well, everyone talks about this holding midfielder, don't they? Oh, they need this holding midfielder. And I don't watch United as much as obviously United fans, so I'm not going to try and say United fans are wrong. But they hammer McTominay, they hammer Fred, and they keep saying that this holding midfielder is the missing link. That's it. I think there's more to it than that. I think they look at the team sheet and looking at names and get a little bit excited. It could be tactics. A lot of them say Ollie's tactics. Could be tactics. I think, don't get me wrong, I think they do need that dominant holding midfielder who can dictate play. I think they do need that, but I'm not sure that's it. And then all of a sudden they're outstanding. Their character is very questionable. The character of the players is very questionable. That's what I think. Drive and chemistry, you know, and that all relates to, like I say, is involved elements of character. I think willingness to be winners, wanting to be the best. Everyone says they want to be the best, but the actions have to relate in what you're trying to say and anything that you're doing. Yeah, there's something disjointed. Something's wrong. Calvin Phillips or Declan Rice. By the way, I think Declan Rice is one of the most overrated players in football, to be honest. Good at what he does, but I think a lot of players can do what he does. Calvin Phillips, on the other hand, he's very, very good. I remember seeing him in the youth team a long time ago. I think he's very, very good, Calvin Phillips. He's got a lot more than Declan Rice. He can score the odd goal. He can get the ball deep and spray it 50, 60 yards. I think Declan Rice is overrated. If anyone plays 100 million for him, then you should be snapping their hands off, because I've never seen anything. I've never heard anything so stupid. That's just my opinion. It's just my opinion, by the way, because I don't play that type of way. I don't like players like Declan Rice. I wouldn't be in my team. So Calvin Phillips would, but Declan Rice wouldn't be. Phillips is quality street said, yeah, I love Phillips. I remember seeing him in the under-21s. Probably what? When was I doing agent work? Because I was doing agent work about 10 years ago, but I only did it for about 4 years. So maybe what, 5, 6 years ago? I think he was like 16 or 17, and he was playing in an under-23 game. And I just thought, he's playing like a man. And he was like 17. He's playing in this game like a man. I think he was captain. He was running the game. He was smashing people. He was in tackles. He was playing the game like it was a league game, and instantly stood out for me. And he had an afro then. You know, he's mixed race, obviously. Well, not obviously. Some people might not know he's mixed race, but he's mixed race. he could actually is eligible for play for Jamaica, I think. Dad's half Jamaican, I think. So, and he had this curly little afro, and I thought, he's a player, mate. And then he went quiet for a bit, obviously in the youth team, and then bang, just came on the scene. Arsenal for life. United could be going out if they don't win today. I mean, what is it? I think you're certainly the top two that go up in the group stages. Hasn't someone mentioned a 90 million bid for Rice by a Spanish club? I mean, England international, gets to the final of the Euros, defensive midfielder who just runs around and breaks it up. 90 million is absolutely ridiculous. But if someone's going to pay it, then you sell it. You are what someone's going to pay for you. You know, whatever it is, you want to sell your house, whatever someone's going to pay for it, regardless of whether you put it on the market for whatever. Everyone just wants Fabinho. Yeah, very good at his role. I look at Fabinho and I think, well, if Declan Rice is worth 90 million, how much is Fabinho worth? Do you know what I mean? Fran, Arsenal best title win, Anfield, Old Trafford, or White Hart Lane? Anfield. Sorry, Anfield. It's the game that I just thought, wow, I want to be a footballer. It's a game that I thought I want to be a footballer. Who else is in the Villarreal Man U group? I don't even know. Not even check that. Livingston has put, what is this? Are we watching? What do you mean? You're watching me. That's what you're watching. I mean, is that obvious? He's putting wide. He's putting wide. Another opportunity. Another great opportunity for Villarreal. Oh, they should be up, mate. Craig has put, obviously, the White Hart Lane. Nothing better than winning at the Scums ground. Terence, United never being convincing in Europe, even under Fergie. Obviously, I only remember Fergie from Solskjaer and Teddy Sheringham against Bayern, really. I only really can remember them. I think that's just because of the memory. I remember watching it. Oliver Kahn skitzing out. That's what he's watching. You Terence, he's watching Fran watching United. That's what we're doing around here, people. Oh, young boys in Atalanta. Yeah, I think Atalanta won 1-0 early, didn't they? Oh, they scored an own goal. Oh, nearly. That's just what would happen with United. Can you imagine getting absolutely battered and then Villarreal nearly score an own goal? Can you imagine? Can you imagine that? Nace put Fabinho is class, one of the best DMs in the league. When Liverpool play him at centre-back, they aren't the same. He's class. Fabinho is class. And that, listen, this holding midfielder for me needs to have a bit of everything. When I watch Declan Rice, I see one thing. Hard work. Now, if there's any West Ham fans, my dad's a Hammers fan, correct me if I'm wrong. All I see is hard work. And every so often, he comes out with a ball and does something all right. That's all I see. It's all I see. So forgive me if I'm wrong. Am I being biased? Am I missing something? Please let me know. Roll Right is saying, I think he's replying to Napi saying, not sure, to be honest. Saw some links earlier to Sevilla and a couple of French clubs, but don't know are they going to afford him, considering he's on 180k a week now and would want a fat signing on fee. Yeah. Villarreal are wasting these chances. Should be 2-0 up. Oh, at least 2-0 up. At least 2-0 up, Tone. At least. I think it should be 3. Danjuma should have at least 1. Alsassa should have 1. Moreno should have at least hit the target, let's be honest. We've got an opportunity now. Overload. If he just rolls that across the 6-yard box, or it's chopped inside, they hear another save. Wow. These are all over the place at the minute, people. All over the place. If you're a United fan, you must be thinking, what is going on? It'll be Ollie's fault, though. It's probably Ollie's fault. Not the fact that Ronaldo's not ran 10 yards. Sancho can't take no one on. Bruno Fernandes has not got the ball once dictated play. Pogba might as well be at home, but it's Ollie's fault. Honestly. Definitely Ollie agenda. Yeah, the difference though, James, is Liverpool miss chances, but they also score 3 or 4. United don't score. Do you know what I mean? And Villarreal are not the ones going to be scoring 3 and 4 chances. Villarreal will miss 10 and might nick 1. Sancho losing the ball again, mate. That's not good enough. Half time. It's not good enough, Sancho. It's not good enough, mate. Wow. I can't really hear it. The boo's going on? Yeah, great concern. You're not right. You're not wrong. It will be of great concern. It's not like Emre has had to have a masterclass. Ronaldo, well, come on, Ronaldo. People trying to tell me you're this, you're that. I'm sorry, Ronaldo. Great goal scorer. Nowhere near a better player than Messi. Nowhere near. Nowhere near. Sancho, you're a flop. 75 million. Sorry, but they said that about Pepe early on, so I ain't hearing it. Listen, Sancho, I've said, give them time to bet in. I gave Pepe time to bet in, okay? And he's still trying to bet in. He's betting in longer than people have contracts. Sancho, I understand it's teams. Players like Sancho, players like Pepe, players like Greenwood, players like etc. They need better players around them. And Man United at the minute are not that team. Not that team. Even though Pogba, turns up every so often. That's my problem with him. He's not consistent enough. Ronaldo, you need to create chances for Ronaldo. Like I say, Ronaldo is not a Messi. Ronaldo cannot go and get the ball on the halfway line, tick-a-tackle, 1-2s, draw people in. Ronaldo don't do that. He did many, many moons ago, but he don't do that now. He's just a goal scorer. He's a goal scorer, all right? So you have to make chances for Ronaldo. You've seen in the first half. Ronaldo's had the ball 3 times and not done anything because he's in the wrong areas of the pitch. Now, he must get frustrated. Ronaldo must get very, very frustrated because he's thinking, just create goals for me and I'll score you a goal. So you have to think about the dynamics. You can't just say, well, he's not doing well because of this. Judge them when they get the ball. I look at Sancho today, and he's got the ball. He's been weights twice, which, don't get me wrong, being weaker than someone else is just sometimes genetic. He's lost the ball. He's not responded. He's not tracked back. And when he's lost the ball, you've got to do better than that when you've got the ball. Now, even if you're in a bad team and you never touch the ball, when you do touch the ball, you have to do something with the ball. You have to, because you can't judge players if they're not getting the ball. You can't judge players if they're in a bad team at that time. This is what I always say. But like I say with Pepe, when Pepe gets the ball, 9 times out of 10 is wrong. Come on now, Fran. 6 times out of 10, he makes a wrong decision. Wrong decision. So I can only judge him off that, And Sancho will be judged on that. This is Man United you're playing for. You are judged every time on the biggest clubs in world football. You are judged every time you go on that football pitch. Ronaldo will score second half. You can feel it. All you got to do is create a chance for Ronaldo. If Ronaldo's playing for Villarreal, Ronaldo's already scored 2 tonight because they're creating chances. Man United need to create chances. Same when it's Harry Kane. Same whoever. Centre forwards need chances. Out and out centre forwards. Now, Messi is not a centre forward. Messi's just an attacking stroke, midfielder stroke, winger stroke, whatever he is. He's got his own role, right? So he can start and end moves. Whereas Kane's, these people, Lewandowski's a lot of the time, even though Lewandowski does come short, you need to, a lot of the time, create for them. And that's where I think Man United struggle at times. Even though they've got the players, sometimes I think they struggle. But listen, you know me. I want English teams to do well. And I get some people are very, very emotional towards football and they don't want other teams to do well. And I'm all for that. But I want English teams to do well when they're playing in Europe. you know, because I support English teams when they're playing in Europe. Regardless, I try and take my allegiances away. So because I don't really get into the bantering other fans, you know what I mean? Because it comes around and bites you in your backside. So I would like Ronaldo to score, you know? Second half underway, Posh playing towards the London end. I think Posh will win tonight. Way to do. Sell Pepe. What would you get for him? Oysin, what would you get for him? This is the problem. We bought him for 72 mil, all right? He doesn't look like it's going to work for him. He's not a Premier League player, is he? Not that I don't think he's good enough. It just doesn't suit his style of play in the Premier League. You've got to have a little bit more work rate, a little bit more hunger, a little bit more of, do you know what I mean? You need to want it more. You need to be dominant. You know, I don't think he has that in him. And that's something, by the way, you can't teach. It's from when you're a child. How your parents are, how you are, you know, how you're brought up. Are you wrapped in cotton wool? You know, are you, you know, when you fall down, are you told to get straight back up? It goes from youth, whether you're going to be hungry, winner, ruthless person when you get older. I just don't think Pepe is that type of person. So, you know, for me, you might get 45 million for him now. You're going to have to take a hit. If he's got a good agent, you might get 45 million for him, you know? So we will see. Pogba should be the driving force to the captain again. This is my problem with Pogba. People said to me, Fran, you know, you've got an agenda against Pogba. I don't have an agenda against anyone, by the way, because I want everyone to do well in life. Everyone. My worst enemies from the past, I hope that they're doing well and they're not struggling at this moment in time. And football is a hard sport, okay? You're forgotten about 1 minute, and then the next minute you can be God's given gift. But Pogba, for me, the way he is away from the pitch, in the media, in the social media, the hype, the wages he wants, all this talk, you've got to boss games and produce for me. And he doesn't do it. And people say, oh, he's playing out of position. Well, you can still show something. That's my only issue. Talent, yeah. But I've seen loads of people with talent. Loads. I've seen hundreds of kids with ridiculous amounts of talent, and it's just talent. It's just talent. That's it, you know? So I think you're bang on. G is coming to chat. He's saying, love your content, bro. Come on, you gooners. Love that. It's a hard one with Ollie's squad. He might just end up staying at United if gets second place again. It's interesting to see what the owners want. We've seen with Arsenal that the owners are quite happy to back Arteta on what he wants to do. So it's interesting. What do the owners want? They're very stubborn. They're businessmen. They have a different language. Powerful people have a different mindset and a different language from the average person. And we're never going to know what we would do. Powerful people don't do. That's why they're in the minority and they're powerful people. So it's interesting to see what they would do with Ollie. But do they want to sack someone and go and throw another 200 million? And I mean, that's a great ball just looking at a replay, but Varane was excellent then. So it's interesting what they want to do. And then now they're going to show the Varane mistake, and Alsassa should score it. He's 18 yards out, but if he hits that target, De Gea's not getting it. But yeah, thanks for big up the support, G. Really do appreciate it. Thanks for being a part of the community. Very, very good community, organic community that we build, and a lot of honesty. So really, really do appreciate that. I can tell you that. Cambercat, Sancho being 71 player is high pressure. Pressure. This is what I always say, and I've mentioned it loads of times. I said something the other day in one of the streams, and someone was like, oh, Fran, I've never thought about that. And I was saying, like, the environments behind the scenes and around you, whether you're at work, you'll know, whether you're whatever you're doing, your environments dictate a lot of the time how you are in mental state when you go to work. So, for example, you get up in the morning and your environment's a nightmare. Nothing's ever organized. Your husband or your wife or your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever it may be is a nightmare. Your kids are not organized. You go to work and probably do not have good days. Yeah? Exactly the same for footballers. There's no difference, except the pressure is ridiculous because you have so many people looking at you and you're expected to do so many things. So if your environment's right, if you don't have the right woman, you don't have the right partner, you don't have the right people around you, when you go and play on a football pitch, you need to be head clear. If you've got things going on in the background, then the added pressure of playing for Man United at 72 million, Wow, that's tough. And I'm telling you now, just from playing in front of 5 to 10,000, that's tough. Do you know what I mean? So never mind 60, 70,000. It all contributes, and that's why you got to get off the field right. That's why you see players form dips, because there's normally stuff going off the pitch. You know, Curtis Jones has made more of an impact this season than Sancho. 100%. He's the most underrated youngster in English football. I think he's fantastic. What's up, Fran? Ollie is sweating. Ollie's looking directly in the camera at times, sweating. Hope you well, mate. Hope you are well. Nathan's put, yeah, Pepe doesn't give me the impression he wants to build a legacy or be one of the best in his position. He doesn't. He doesn't. But not many do. Not many do. Do you know what I mean? So it's a tricky one. Honestly, it's a very, very, very tricky one when a player goes for that. I'm just thinking back now. Listen, I'm thinking back now to what's Sancho, 21? 21? I'm thinking back to when I was 21. So I was pro. I was pro young age for a decent amount of time. And I was League 2, League 1. And what the time? I don't know. I think I had a Merc at the time, Louis Vuitton wash bag, sliders with socks. This is 20 years ago, right? And I was on a good builder's wage. If I was on the money and the status, what Jadon Sancho and these people are on, it would have been carnage. And to be honest, I don't even think I'd have managed to play football for another 3 or 4 seasons. So now it's completely different. We're older, we're wiser. We don't do the stupid things that we did when we was that age. So for these kids to be in this position, and like you say, I used to be an agent. I know Premier League players. I've worked with Premier League players, youngsters, and they've had fortunes, and we've had to try and tell them to buy houses and investments, etc. And some of them have spent a whole lot. I've worked with these youngsters, Premier League youngsters, right? It's so hard mentally to not think that you are the best thing on planet Earth. You know, it is so hard. Football is 50% mental, emotional, and 50% talent. You know what, Camper? I would say mentally it's probably about 60 to 70%, because most players in football, like the average footballer, are near enough the same. You only get the odd one who has the outstanding talent, but most footballers are near enough the same. It's the mental side of it that actually gets them with the level that they get to at. So I'll probably say it's more. Thinking back now, I would say it's more. I had all the talent in the world, but mental strength was... So I think if I would have gone 10x on my mental strength, you know, mindset, should I say. Yeah. Jones is good, FG, but Harvey Elliott has high potential for me. He's a baller. Looking forward to see how he develops at Liverpool. Great player. Was awesome at Fulham as a kid, and then went Blackburn and ripped the Championship up. Very, very good player. This is interesting. Like Terence is saying, you just described what players like Dele Alli are all facing. Dele Alli, right? I remember Dele Alli when I was covering... when I was an agent. Dele Alli was at MK Dons. Young kid, was playing week in, week out, League One, up and down, scoring goals. That nice position where he didn't really need to run back. Went to Spurs, smashed it to Spurs for me, in my opinion. Completely fell off a cliff the last 2.5 seasons, right? People have forgot how talented this kid is. Dele Alli is ridiculously talented. He got older. He got responsibilities. He got women. He may have children now. All these things, he may have more than one woman. All these things are going to affect him on the football pitch. Look at these players now. I think Jesse Lingard. Everyone's like, well, look, how comes all of a sudden he was just awesome at West Ham? He got away from what he came out the other side of his little bit of a dramas that he got going on off the pitch. And then David Moyes told him, I love you, mate. You're going to play. You're going to be number one for me. I love you. Look what you get. All about mindset. All about mindset. And then your talent will be all right. James Milner is a perfect example. Perfect example. Yardy Toff's in the bunnies, but good evening, Fran. Could you and Curtis stream different games? I was thinking of that because I know most of the community will all go and watch Curtis's. I was thinking that Juventus and Chelsea, but then I thought, you know what? I want to watch Sancho and I want to watch Danjuma to see, you know, who does best. So my apologies. Normally I will. So I'll take that next time, Yardy Toff. I'll take, unless it's PSG, come on now, or Man City. But yeah, I will. So I appreciate that. I will. And I was thinking the same thing. Thanks for popping in. I really do appreciate the love from Yard. Camper Cat, Jesse Lingard is perfect example, especially the mental side. He has been through a lot. They're only humans. They're the same as us. The same. Everyone the same. Milner was class though, good at everything. Milner's I worked a bit with Gareth Barry when we was agents. The company used to thingy him, and obviously I know a lot about him. And Gareth Barry, I think, still has the record for the most Premier League appearances. And who would have thought that Gareth Barry would take over Ryan Giggs of the most Premier League appearances? But that's what he is. Very, very basic footballer, great attitude, turns up every day to train, trains hard, takes information in, and then uses that information to be intelligent on a football pitch. That's it. You know, that is it. Then he played for England, as did Sancho, as did Lingard. Enough said. The curse continues. Yeah, hey, listen, I can't say anything about that. I think Ivan Toney might be getting a call up as well. I mean, we hand. I'm not saying Ivan Toney don't deserve one yet, but we hand caps out like Foot Locker. Honestly, Jordan Henderson's another one. Who'd have thought he would be where he is now? It's just work rate, his honesty, his willingness to win, and gratitude for doing your dream job. I was guilty of that. I just thought it was like, you know what, I'm a footballer. This is easy. I'll just play football for 10, 15 years and I'll get paid. Didn't think, wait a minute. I've got so much talent. I could play Prem. I could probably play for England at the time. Like, why didn't, you know what I mean? So these players grasp it very early. Like, wow, I'm in a serious position here and I can be unbelievable. I can go beyond my wildest dreams if I work hard, knuckle down, absorb information, and take action. And that's what we want to do in life every day, in our everyday life, to get the best out of us. That's what we want to do. But when you're doing your dream job, it should be even easier. But actually, hurdles and obstacles come with that fortune, you know? Fran, did you have any background in scouting? And if so, best players you discovered? No, not really. Obviously, agent-wise, you're scouting. So I remember the players that I went to watch. So I went to watch Sancho when he was at Watford. He was 14 at the time. Foden. We nearly signed Rashford, but it was quite funny, actually. So it was on the verge of signing Rashford for the company. And I think someone got injured in the warm-up. And Rashford made his debut against a foreign team, I can't remember, and he scored 2. And then at the weekend, he played Arsenal and he scored again. And then he got every agent in the world phoning his brother, and we couldn't manage to get the deal over the line. So, yeah, obviously Mason Holgate. So scouting and agency is the kind of thing. I've seen a load of these players, and honestly, I could tell you about all these players, and some of them you wouldn't even remember. Danny Cowley was another one. Danny Cowley was just absolutely unbelievable when I seen him in youth team football, right, at Villa. He then went to Arsenal. People don't even talk about him no more. People don't even talk about him no more. And I think he could only be probably 23, 24. He was unbelievable in youth football. Jack Grealish, but we couldn't get hold of Jack Grealish. Everyone in the world knew about Jack Grealish when he was 15. You know, every team needs a mixture of workhorses, zebras, and donkeys. That's a team. That is a team. Respect your opinion, Fran, but you're mad if you think we are getting 45 million for Pepe. Who would pay that? I think I'm being very, very optimistic as well. I think I'm being generous. I definitely wouldn't pay it, but you know, football is a crazy game, as we know. We're underway, by the way, second half. No opportunities yet. all this football talk makes me miss playing. I've told you, get your boots on. No matter what level you're at. I remember someone told me, I think it was Jason Lee at the time, and I retired a little bit early, full time, and he said, Fran, play football for as long as you can, because once you can't at any level. And he's right, because when I moved to Dubai for a couple of years, and I fell out of love with football about 33, 34, I knew something was missing from my life. So that's why I came back to England. I came back to England because I wanted to do YouTube. I wanted to get back in the radio, and I wanted to play football down, doing bets and all that. That's why I came back to England, because I missed football. So if you can play football, for me, playing football still now, when I see a brand new football on a little zippy pitch and the rain's just hit it and I get new boots on, even at my age, right? I still get a buzz. I still get this buzz in me, this feeling of on the grass, zippy carpet. I get this buzz, and it's hard to understand. It's hard to explain the feeling that I get. So if you have those feelings, go and get your boots on. Go and have a kickabout on your own. Go and have a kickabout on your own. You know. Jace, but big up, friend. Would you take Sancho over Saka or ESR? Oh. See, it's different. I was going to say I would take him over ESR, but they're different type of players, and I wouldn't take him over Saka. I think Saka gives more. So probably not. If I was looking at the balance of the team, probably not. Maybe ESR. Maybe ESR. ESR is not at that level. He's got a lot more to do for me. But he's definitely got potential. I think Sancho's already proven that he can do it, especially in the Bundesliga. It ain't no Mickey Mouse league. He just needs to find his feet in this. If the dynamics work, doesn't mean he's poor if the dynamics don't work. You know. Peterborough. I'm getting some commentary from Chris, by the way, on the Peterborough game because I can't do both. Dembele off, Jack Taylor off, Joe Ward on. Interesting. Interesting. Yardy Toppers. But speaking of agency, Fran, you picked on one of those third rail issues for me. Are agents necessary? Make them like dinosaurs. Instead, should we take players to be independent contractors? It's very hard. It's very hard because the agent industry, it's like a middleman. We've got a middleman everywhere, haven't we? The governments, the world are your middlemen. Like you say, you know me, I'm trying to become self-sufficient. I would like to move somewhere, grow my own veg, grow my own stuff, and kind of not be out the way, but be just away 20, 25 minutes from the city and Avalon, be self-sufficient and actually have no middleman for nothing. But it's very hard to not get a middleman for most things. Now, with agency, I remember having an agent. I had a few agents and they were poor. And then I had a couple of seasons where I didn't have an agent and I had to do a deal myself. And because I didn't know what other players were on, because I couldn't find that information out. An agent would find that information out. I didn't know what kind of contracts. I didn't know the budget. I just went in there and I kind of did myself a disservice and I could have got more money. So they are good for people's careers, but since they've changed the rules to become an agent, it's Greenwood puts it. Greenwood decent, tries to drill it across second 6-yard box, but no one's in the middle. Sancho's running around, but Villarreal managed to play it out. But they're needed for certain reasons. That you know what I mean. They're needed for certain reasons. But if you've got an understanding of the game yourself, but it only happens as you get older, you could be your own agent. But I think there is a need from, for example, if you're a player and you're not getting in your team and you need to go on loan, you don't have the contacts or the skill to do that. Your agent is the one that gets you a loan. Your agent is the one that gets you a move. You don't do that. So realistically, without agents, players will probably hardly move from football clubs or get really, really bad deals. Agents have made the game all about money, but without them, we probably wouldn't have a lot of movement. So there's an argument for both sides, Yardy Tough, to be honest. There's an argument for both sides. Kaiser's running Chelsea. He's unbelievable. Unbelievable player. How good was he in the Euros? Oh, he's overcooked it. Pogba, poor again tonight. Him. How come Sancho has made and Reece Nelson hasn't? Again, environments, taking opportunities, decision making. He made a big decision to leave Man City. Now, Reece Nelson probably, oh, it could be 1-0 here. It's 1-0, 1-0, 1-0 to Villarreal. This is going south. By the way, I've just got to grab something to eat. Let's grab something to eat. I'm back, people. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Trying to think what happens here. Wow. Wan-Bissaka. No, it's not even Wan-Bissaka. What am I on about? It's not even playing. So the latter's been beaten. Lindelof. To be fair, Lindelof is not going to get him that. He's not going to get back. Danjuma squares it. I think it's Alsassa. Yeah, it's a great finish. It's an instinctive finish. It's a centre forwards finish. He's just in the box. Absolutely unbelievable. And I just think, wow, pressure is on. Pressure is on. Man United fans in the chat. I mean, come on, people. Come on, people. Man United fans in the chat. You got to be talking to me. Munzi, Barbados. I don't know if Barbados is in it. I don't think he is. Come on, you got to be talking to me. They could be chaos tonight for Man United. Villarreal, who, by the way, look better than they did last year. But going back to that, Terence, I think it's down to Sancho left Man City to big risk to go and play first-team football. And I respect him for that. Big respect for him to that. Reece Nelson should have left Arsenal this season, if not last season, to play football. He's gone on loan now. I hope he does well on loan, and I hope that he decides to go and leave and plays first-team football, unless he's magnificent and we give him a chance and he does really well. Ronaldo's vexed. Of course he should be vexed. Europa League, Europa incoming. Imagine Ronaldo, Europa. That's not what he went home for. Should have gone City anyway. Enjoy your meal. Listen, it's been sat there, but I'm not going to eat that meal like I've been eating, giving you ASMR settings. Some people might watch me eating, but I'm not doing that tonight. I can tell you that. So that can wait. If it goes cold, it goes cold. No problem. Yardy tough. Hungry belly man. Blow wild. Good evening. Good evening strikes again. It's a madness. It is a madness. Good vibes sentiment. Hope you're well, mate. Left-hand side again. Yeah, they've struggled down there. Just going to go and find a Monday. Go and find a Monday. Go and find all those Man United. Sometimes I go on the Man United agenda and listen. Some of the things we talk about, get them in the chat, Gems, and tell them. Start laughing at them because it'll be Ollie's fault, by the way. It's Ollie's fault. It's Ollie's fault. It's Ollie's fault. The Ollie tax is proper expensive. Serious. Will he be sacked if they lose? I can't see them sacking him in straight away. I really can't. Sancho left Dortmund at a risk. United is a sinking ship. Listen, I can see why he left. He wanted to come back to England. It's Man United. Who turns Man United down if you're coming back, if you want to come to the Premier League? Not many at all. Double his money, multi-millionaire contract, playing for Man United, back in England. Interesting. By the way, while this game has been going on, how comfortable is Pau Torres? How comfortable he is. A young centre-half who's just so comfortable. He's not looked tested once. So comfortable. I'm surprised he's still at Villarreal. I am very surprised. I tell you what, if United don't score, that's crazy. If United don't score at home for the second game running, by the way, it's crazy. The fans can't believe it. I can't believe it. Alex Ferguson must be thinking, what is going on? What is going on? Ronaldo thinking wait there. Here we go. We're getting so Ronaldo thinking he wished he never answered Fergie's call. Usain Bolt's in the crowd. I was going to say they could do with him, but he's atrocious as well. Should have gone City, mate, all day. Who would want to take over Man United right now? Big ass, big personality and massive expectations. Conte would take that job at a drop of a hat, I think, if it suits him. Goal scorers going off, I think. Good finish in the end. Who's coming off? Let's have a look. Who's coming on? What's his name? Dia, I think you pronounce it. Dia, we'll call him. That's on the back of his shirt. I'm going to bring another sub on as well. They're going for legs. They're going to go for legs, people. Conte or Zidane. Zidane would. See, Zidane, it's a lot of people question that, don't it? Right, people. People question that. Let me just have a look, right? Last night on the stream, we changed the score and it paused forever. I'm going to see if we can change it on here tonight. Let's have a look. Is it a penalty? Is that a penalty? Or is it a foul? Oh, let's have a look. Let's have a look. Is it a penalty? Well, that's a foul there. Greenwood's fouled him there. No, it's not a foul. It's a foul on the edge of the box, sorry. He's screwing because he's got fouled first. So he's like, wait a minute, I've just been brushed off the ball. How have I not got the free kick? That's what he's saying. And you know what? I kind of agree with him. I kind of agree with him. I think he was just brushed off the ball. Bruno Fernandes, edge of the box, clips it to the back. Oh, my look. Oh, what a goal. What a goal. What a magnificent finish. Tellez, I was thinking, you know what? Couldn't even see him on the camera, right? He's clipped it to the back stick. And Tellez has half volleyed. No, he's full volleyed it. It's a great finish into the bottom corner. It's a great finish. 1-1. Great finish. I was going to say, if they don't score. Wow. Unbelievable finish, people. Yeah, it's a good finish. Great technique. Never saving that. Fair play. Because at first I thought, what is Bruno doing? He's passed the ball. I couldn't see him on the camera, but it's a great finish. It's a great finish, people. And Ollie needed that. And when I mean needed that, he needed that. Oh, he needed that. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. A lot of people are like, damn, they didn't want that to happen. Can't take it away. Cannot take it away. Alex Tellez, left foot volley. I don't think it was a free kick. I think you're right, Jams. I don't think it's a free kick. Oh, Sancho's got an opportunity. Oh, my God. He slipped. This is what I mean about when things don't work out for you. Jadon Sancho is in the middle of the 18-yard box, right? Perfect opportunity to completely put this game on its head. He slips and it just trickles into the goalkeeper. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Zidane is Hollywood, Conte's better manager. Yeah. I think Zidane will just be like, I can't work with these players. They'll go on to win this now, or they should do. They should do and save Ollie's job. Do you think Emery would have been a success if he had backing Arteta is getting? 100%. 100%. The backing he's getting is a joke. Referee got United back in the game, never a free kick. I didn't think it was. I think it was a free kick to Moreno first. Greenwood has pushed Moreno. Blatantly just pushed him onto the floor. Surprised. Maybe this will liven United up because they need to, but Pogba's in, tackled. Interesting. Yeah, they have woke up now. Man United have woke up now. They needed to. But don't get it twisted. Villarreal, I remember last season, they'll concede a goal, and all of a sudden they'll just up it, and then they'll become the better team again. It's a very, very good goal, though, people. Let's not take it away. It's not that emotions get in the way. It's a magnificent goal. Great technique, great spot from Bruno Fernandes, and it's one of those. You just got to take the risk, and if it goes in, it goes in. Might see something different from absolutely turns Alex Telles inside out. McTominay. Man, you always get a dodgy free kicks. Most of their goals were offside during the Fergie period. They did get a lot of luck during the Fergie period. You can't get away from them. Great team, but they got a lot of luck. Always happens, though. When you're at the top and doing well, you get a lot more. Things go for you a lot more. This second half, Dan Juma's not been able to get in the game because first off, he was just terrorizing Man United. Terrorizing Man United. Ole Gunners put, yes, Ollie in, fam. People want Ollie to stay because they reckon he's that bad, especially opposition fans. They don't want a Conte because they know that will make Man United very strong. This kid's got pace. How's he going to go against Varane? Out. Ball's out, mate. Ball is out. 1-1. I think this game could spice up now. I think this game could spice up, people, because it's been okay. It's been okay, let's be honest. Sorry about the squeaky arm. Need to get some WD-40 on that. I keep saying it. I need to get a better arm, actually. I don't like this arm. 64 on the clock. 1-1. It's all set up for Ronaldo to win the winner and then score the winner, and then people are over gassed again. It's all set up for that. Or Sancho. I would like to see Sancho score because he's been bang average again. He's been poor. He's not set the world alight at all in early Man United career, has he? So I would like him for a young lad who I want to do well. I would like to see him score a goal. Got to be honest. I know a lot of you wouldn't because you want to give your opposition fans absolute grief. I get that. Villarreal may ease back into this game now. Just as I say that, commentators curse. They're going to give the ball away needlessly. Just poor decision. So they ought to talk about it. Yeah, I said go around the back stick. Love that. Knew what they was going to do the whole time. It's all set up. It's a magnificent goal from this angle, by the way. What makes it even better, it wasn't pot luck. It was planned. That's what makes it even better. It's always better when it's planned and it comes off. You know? Bournemouth playing better in the second half. Clark Harris not mentioned. I mean, Bournemouth are up there in the Championship for a reason, but Peterborough are very good at home. Yardy Toss put, what do you think about Emery making his English reprise with either United or Spurs fan? Do you think that would happen? Do you think it would happen? Do you think that could happen, honestly? I mean, he is a top coach, isn't he? I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. I mean, what do you think? What do you think, Yardy Tough? What do you think? I'm just not sure, to be honest. 66 on the clock, free kick. Jeremy Pino, I think it just clipped. Who was it? The back? I don't know. He's clipped to the back. Telles. You know, right? I've not mentioned Ronaldo hardly ever in this game, which is crazy. Crazy. It's all set up perfectly. And what I like to see United, they work it. The free kicks have been pre-planned. Oh, by the way, this Dia guy was a free kick in his back. He's been pushed by Greenwood, just blatantly pushed. You know, Chris is saying, would he go to Spurs? Would Emre go to Spurs? I think that he may go through the fact that he thought he was hard done by when it came to Arsenal. He thought he was treated wrongly, and he's probably looking at Arteta now and probably thinking, you did me over. Do you know what I mean? I can't see it. Would Spurs go for Emre? But would he go? I mean, he's got a family to feed. If it's right and he wants to come back to England, I don't know if he was overly. Did he love England? I know it wasn't exactly a fluent speaking, and the language barrier was a little bit of a problem. Interesting whether he would want to come back, you know. I was spooked that they chose Nuno over Emre after his Euro triumph again. Was his name mentioned? I don't even think his name was mentioned, was it? Can't see Emre going to Spurs. No, I can't see it. Was his name even mentioned? I don't think it was. May have been in the grapevine. I'm not sure. There's going to be other chances in this game. I wouldn't leave Spain if I was Emre. Listen, like you say, some people suit. He's very good in Spain, isn't he? But then he might want to come to England because he understands that the league's bigger. He may like London. You don't know. You really don't know, do you? Oof. Oh, Varane's just done a double foot. Can you do that in this game now? We used to be able to do a two-footed lunge, but Varane's just done a two-footed lunge. Maybe I've seen that wrong, by the way. If they pull it back, we might see it. But it looked like he just kind of stamped with both feet to win the ball. United on top now. They've found a gear. They've really, really found a gear. But they need to score in that gear because you do know Villarreal will get another chance. And they should be winning this game. There's no doubt about that. Oof. Dive in. Dia, who looks very quick. He could cause problems. Danjuma, as we know, has twisted Lindelof up. He needs help. Lindelof needs help. He's done well that time, but Lindelof needed help. Pogba, he's been awful tonight. Absolutely awful. Awful. It'd be someone else's fault, though, that Pogba's been awful, you know. It's the rain. You know, it's the rain. I don't know. Temperature weren't right. Oh, nearly. Ronaldo was nearly in, looking to get that opportunity just in behind. Fran, will you be doing Man City Liverpool watch along on Sunday? Well, I've got a Vets game. What time is it? Let's have a look. What time is that? If it's early, then I might not be able to. Let's have a look. I would like to, but depending on what time the game is, Sunday. Liverpool Man City is at 4:30. Vets game 2, 2:45, 3, 3:45. I might not get back in time. I might do. Oh, nearly. I'm not 100% sure. I might not get back in time for that one. Might not get back in time to start it, or might be able to jump on bang on kickoff or something like that. I think Liverpool might have too much, you know, for City going forward. But then again, City are good at the back, so it's interesting. Tight game. Tight game. Or Liverpool go on a mad one. You don't have to mention it to look at a man's abilities. Make him an offer he can't refuse. Nothing against Nuno, but Spurs need trophies. This the shame is becoming banterific. Yeah, listen. Yeah, it is true. Like you say, I'm surprised his name didn't come up. What he's been doing in Spain, I'm surprised his name didn't come up. Really didn't. Because they've been struggling. They're making some more substitutions as well. They got what? They're not messing. Villarreal are not messing. They're bringing 3 subs on. It didn't matter. You can have 5. You can have 5 subs now. That's in half the team. You can change half the team. It's mad. It's absolutely bonkers. Emre failed to do the language barrier and talking too much. That might be the problem. Poor Pogba, frustrating at times. Listen, more than frustrating. Social media footballer, that kid. Social media footballer. I'm sure Villarreal have made 5 changes. 5 changes. Thompson said, Emre is a fish. She also told how he used to Google Translate on dates after matches and would keep her up all night, watching 2 games of football at once in bed. Oh, he's moving. Another full-time job. He's movements. He's got moves. 72 on the clock, people. Have they made these 3 subs to try and nullify? Well, obviously, what am I on about? You know, they've done these 3 subs because Man United are on top, so they need to kind of halt their flow. They're going to bring Cavani on, so they're going to go 2 up top, I imagine. Who are they going to bring off? Bayern are winning 4-0. I've not checked the other scores. Sancho may be coming off. Benfica 2-0. Bayern 4-0. Salzburg 2-1. Wolfsburg 1-0. And Juventus, Chiesa, like we said earlier, 75 minutes on the clock, 1-0. These group stages, a lot of people, they don't mean much. They don't mean much, Fran, but they do, because you still get points. And it's momentum. It's momentum. You know, you need to get through. While Cavani washing his ear, probably get his those locks out. I was going to say golden, but they're not golden. To get those Matador locks out of his way. Sancho, poor. Sorry, poor. You tried, but poor. Simple. Matic coming on. Oli going for the draw. Pogba, he's not happy. But you've been rubbish, mate. You've been rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Pogba and Sancho off. Tells you a lot, people. Tells you a lot. And if people start saying, by the way, substitutions, they were both rubbish. Okay? So if you're rubbish, you should be coming off the pitch. Regardless. They were both rubbish. It's not Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's fault that Pogba and Sancho were crap tonight. It's not his fault. Unfortunately, he's the one who has to take the ref, okay? He's the one who has to take the ref. These are top players, apparently. So it's not their fault. It's not Ollie's fault that they were poor. He picks them. They're not going to turn around and say they're not playing. But if he didn't pick them, most United fans were saying, well, Fran, he's not picked them. He's picking them, and they were rubbish. So I'm not having anything about all the substitutions. They were rubbish. So they should be substituted. Oh, mate, can you imagine a Villarreal goal? There's only one team that looks like it's going to win now. I can tell you that. Hello, Siri. No, man, my name is Tracy. Sorry, I don't understand. My name is Tracy. We'd love to see Villarreal goal. Ronaldo, not himself today. Nah, listen, like I said, you have to fit in. He's trying. He's going to try and get him behind as well. They've not been able to get the ball to him. Goal kick. It's a goal kick. It is a goal kick. Sorry, Ronaldo. Must be well frustrated. It's a goal kick. I have to look at it in slow-mo, but to me, that looked like a goal kick. Camera's in the way now. No, to be fair, corner. Yeah, I can see why he's getting angry. Slow-mo, it's a corner. 1-1's not good enough, is it? 1-1 is not good enough, let's be honest. Again, and not only that, Villarreal have been the better team, especially first half. I would say Man United have been the better team second half. Man United have been the better team second half. But you can't be blaming McTominay tonight. What more does he want him to do? That's nonsense, mate. He's ran around. Sancho was terrible. Pogba was absolutely shocking. Just scapegoating people. Ronaldo, to be fair to him, he's not had any service. So he's not had any service. So what can you say? Bruno Fernandes not really done much. Man United fans can't possibly laugh at Arsenal losing when they got beat in the final, and then they should have been losing now as well. But you know what football fans are like, Terence. You know a lot of football fans. Most of it is banter. They just try and wind each other up. Some people are very, very emotional, and they get quite aggressive at times when you don't share the same opinion of them. But that's just, you got, politely say, you got to work on yourself, son. But politely, don't be disrespectful or patronizing. Cavani could be in here. Cavani's edge of the box. Goes for a one. He tries to play into Ronaldo. Ronaldo goes to run in behind, which I'm surprised a little bit because he's trying to run in behind in the 18-yard box. There's no room to run into, if you know what I mean. So I'm surprised he's tried to run in behind. Bruno goes into the keeper. Terence says, ooh. Yari tells, but the main reason Ali will flop is a lack of courage concerning Ronaldo. In the end, he will be mocked for that forced favoritism. Yeah. You got to be careful who you sign, because it can work against you. You may think you're getting a great player, but it could jeopardize your job, in certain aspects, which people sound, what do you mean? Like when he's on the sideline and he's doing that, straight away, that's mocking Ollie. That shouldn't be happening. Ollie should be saying, like, I'm the boss. Like, what do you think you're doing? Sit down. I don't care who you are. He's at Cavani. I think the defender has missed it, and it's then just hit Cavani and gone wide. It could have gone anywhere, but it's good play in the end. Who is it who whips the ball in? Greenwood. We know he's got both feet. Great player he is. And he thinks Cavani, which he buries them, he thinks the centre-off is going to touch it, and he doesn't touch it. But to be fair, he's kept his eye on it the whole way. I'm sorry. I know the defender has put him off, but he's missed an absolute sitter there. Oof, goalkeeper struggling. Oof. Ronaldo's just flying in. I don't think he's touched him, but flying in on the goalkeeper. Benfica 3-0. We said that, didn't we? We said we thought Benfica were going to beat this Barca team. This Barca is, and it's sad to see when teams who are so good go the other way, but you can't produce the Xavis, the Iniestas, the Pedros, the Messi, obviously, the Ronaldinhos, the Neymars, when they leave, like what, like Real Madrid, the Luis Figos, the Zidans, you can't replace these players. You just can't. And eventually it will go. All clubs have to go through it. But their league needs the money. Dia on the edge of the box. There could be an overload wide. He has a touch. He's going to clip it. McTominay's in the right place at the right time. Deals with it quite well. Gives it Cavani. Great ball, to be fair to him. It was Craig. Magnificent cross from Greenwood with his weak foot. Most of that was down to Cruyff. Yeah, Cruyff brought, obviously, the Ajax football, the Dutch football to Barcelona many moons ago when the Kappa kit, when they first got the original Ronaldo. And Stoichkov. Wow. Finished 0-0. That's not a bad point for Posh playing Bournemouth at home, who were second. It's not a bad point at all. We know it's shocking away. Not a bad point at home. Need to get some points at home. So maybe Bristol City on Saturday for Peterborough will be the one where they can get another 3 points. 10 minutes to go, people. I think it's been not bad. It's not been a bad game. It's been better than last night's game. Got to say. Yeah, it's been better than last night's game, people. Let's have a look at the scores. Benfica 3. Chelsea still losing 1-0. Matic has he's asking it for wide. Ronaldo's asking it for wide. I think that's not, Cavani. Well done, Cavani. That's what you're going to get. Well done, Cavani. Great touch. Bruno Fernandes. Back to Cavani. Going to go Ronaldo. Ronaldo's got to do something here, son. Oh, wow. Absolute wow. Ronaldo's, oh, wow. Wow. I've never seen Ronaldo look so lethargic and so off the ball, to be honest. Strange one. Terence is saying that obviously Cruyff structured weight there. We'll just go back to that. I'll bring it up, actually. I think that's worth bringing it up. Good tackle in the end. Yeah, he structured Barca's youth setup and he influenced coaches to follow, including Pep. Yeah, he did. They did. They took the Ajax model, Dutch football. I love Ajax, the way that I play. I don't watch them now, admittedly, but the whole philosophy from youth. So English clubs should just replicate. From youth, the right back under 10s is coached to play the same as the right back in the first team. So it's just a natural progression all the way. That's how you do. But in England, each different coaches, different age groups have their own philosophy. So it's just mixed messages all the year. It's like the stupidest way to coach. Posh better team first half, defended well second half, clean sheet. Can't moan, Posh can't. Who's coming up? Jesse Lingard. He'll probably nick a goalie. I like Jesse Lingard. I don't like the way he's antics off the pitch, but I'm not going to judge a man by his social media. We all know how that can be false. But as a footballer, I love Jesse Lingard. Gets forward, plays with a smile on his face when he's playing, wants to get in behind, wants to score goals. I really like Jesse Lingard. Always have, to be fair. Always have. Thought he's probably one of the... He was underrated when he was younger as well. Underrated. King James is saying trash United. They've been trashed tonight, King. I can tell you that. They're bringing Fred on as well. Who are we going to blame now? They'll blame Fred now. McTominay's fault first half. Fred's fault second half because he come on for 6 minutes. That's who they'll blame. Not Pogba, who was shocking, or Sancho, who was shocking, or Ronaldo, even though Ronaldo, to be fair to him, he's had no service whatsoever. Oh, it's all kicking off. Danjuma, he's hardly been in the game. First half, he was twisting Man United up. Oh! Oof. He's surrounded by 3 or 4 players. Ref's in the way here. Refs wants to get involved. Ref's looking for 1-2s. Oh! It's all over the place, like pinball machine at the minute. Villarreal finally come out of it. Man United won't get out of the group, Camper Cat is saying. Can you imagine? I think he'd get sacked then. You think he would get the sack then? Surely he would get the sack if they didn't get out of this group. Surely. 5 minutes left. Villarreal will just ease the game out now. They'll be happy. King James is saying, if Villarreal had a striker, this game would be done long time. Oh, yeah, for sure, long time. First half, this game would have been over. I think I tell you what, if I got a chance here, they've just missed an absolute golden opportunity to win this game. Golden opportunity to win this game. Wow. They were queuing up. Let's have a look. Slow-mo. Opportunity. Hit it. De Gea saves it. Bad saves. Hits Dia on the shoulder. Gets up. Goes to shoot again. Hits someone. I think it's Varane with the block. Is it Varane? Oh, wow. He can't blitz it. Just chip it. He's saying just lift it. Just lift it. You can't believe it. Absolute sitter. Wow. Imagine Ronaldo on Thursday nights at Wetherspoons. How did they not score there? Don't know. Fell to the wrong person, didn't it? Dia was not the one. I think it needed to get someone who was running onto it. It's come back to him. This one is just a reaction. Hit his shoulder. De Gea saves it. And then this bit here, everyone dives. They're all waiting. I think the other guy's just got to... He's got to take it off him. He's got to dink it over him. That was a chance to win it. That was a chance to win it. Let's go through all the scores, people. Still the same. Juventus are winning 1-0 still. Salzburg 1-0 against Lille. Wolfsburg beating Seville 1-0. Bayern Munich 5 against Kiev. Wouldn't expect anything different. Lewandowski's got 2. Gnabry, Sane, and Choupo-Moting's got 1 as well. Interesting. 5. And Benfica 3-0, like we said earlier. Nunez has got 2, and Silva's got 1 as well. Oh, they could be in here. Oh, it could be in. Oh, good defending in the end from United. They got to stay switched on because Villarreal will score. Oof. Oh, it's all kicking off. He's getting kicked on the floor. Throwing. 2 minutes left, people. 2 minutes left. Anderson been waiting all season from the ear injury. Yeah, he's waiting. Jesse Lingard. Oh, yeah. Wow. I thought these people came. They came on about 4 minutes ago. They've been stuck on the sideline for 4 minutes. Jesse Lingard's thinking, what am I doing here? I should have just gone. Why Jesse Lingard did not go to West Ham? I understand the politics, but maybe West Ham didn't want to pay for it. But I think they would have paid the money. Unless he wants to just coast through and then go on a free. I'm not sure how long he's got left at the end of next season or January or look to get out. Jesse Lingard's got to leave this club. Kid got back in the England squad going to West Ham. He probably won't get in the England squad now he's gone back to Man United. Like, leave. Your time at Man United is done. Go and play some football. Go and prove that you're a good player again, because you are a good player. You know? Like, Junior Bloodfire's coming saying, Fran, I may have just parked up and catching your big man. Enough blessings. Now, blessings to yourself as well. I know Curtis doing the stream. Many people will be on that stream. But it's been a good stream, to be honest, Junior. It's been a good stream. I've got to admit, Villarreal, better team. Man United, better second half. But Villarreal should have put the game to bed first half. And they've just had another great opportunity to put this game to bed. So we're in the few final minutes now. Sancho, Pogba, terrible first half. Ronaldo hardly been in the game, but to be in Ronaldo's defense, they've hardly got the ball to him, to be honest. Terence is saying, when you come on for 2 minutes before the end of the game, how does it make you feel? I don't want to swear on here, but it makes you feel like doo-doo, man. It makes you feel like doo-doo. You don't want to come on for 2 minutes. You're thinking, what am I going to do in 2 minutes? I've sat and watched this absolute trash for 90 minutes when every football player thinks he should be playing. No matter what position, every football player thinks, why am I not playing? And what's going on here? Free kick? Free kick to Villarreal, yeah. So you don't want to be coming on for 2 minutes. I actually one time, this is wrong, right? But this is the kind of person that I was before. I remember managers asked me to come on before and I refused to come on. Refuse. Like 1 minute left. I said, I'm not going on. You're just using me to waste time. I'm not going on. I've sat here and watched this trash for 90 minutes and you want to put me on for 1 minute. It's disrespectful. I'm not going on. Which is poor from me back then, but it is what it is when you're younger. Junior's also put, is Man United out of the competition now? Nah. It's 1-1, innit? If they lost this, could be an issue. Yeah, if they lost this, it could have been an issue. Terence has also put, when you... Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, I've already gone over that one. Yeah, if they lost, that could be an issue. A draw's not great for these, is it? Let's be honest. They should be winning teams like this. Man United are not going far in this competition. Oh, he's in. Oh, they've just... Capue's not even looking at the ball. 3 on 2. Ronaldo could be the game winner. First touch is horrific. And he puts it back stick. First touch from Ronaldo, which surprises me. Absolutely horrific. But Capue's is not even looking at the ball. And someone's passed him the ball and he's looking forward and someone's passed it to him. I'm thinking, what's he doing? Handball. What was Capue doing then? It was crazy. Oh, Chris is saying, Mister, when a couple of times I was asked to come on with like a minute left towards the mid of my career, and I was unhappy by not playing. And I refused to come on. I just refused to come on. And because someone's just asked, when you come on with like 2 minutes left, how does it make you feel? I said, it makes you feel like doo-doo. And I thought it was just, I get what they're doing. They're trying to waste time. That's all they're trying to do. But it's not something I would do as a manager. I think it's wrong. But listen, that's me, innit? That's just me, isn't it? Yeah. 5 minutes. We've still got 5 minutes. There could be a winner in this game, you know. Could be a winner in this game. Could be a winner. By the way, the chat tonight, big up yourself, each and every one of you. Unbelievable again. Engagement levels are fantastic. Questions, no toxicity in the chat, all positivity. And even when someone does have a question or we do disagree, everyone is respectful when they do it. So again, big up the chat. That's why we do these watch-alongs, because I think it's very important for the community to do their thing. And once again, thank you for the chat. It doesn't happen without you contributing tonight and taking time out of your evening to obviously tune in. So give yourself a nice big pat on the back. I can tell you that. Oof, Man United are harassing. Oh, it's a free kick from Cavani. I can understand why. This was different, okay? So I came on for about 5 minutes at Wembley and I nearly scored. Goalkeeper put off a great save. I was not going to moan about coming on at Wembley. That's for sure. Cavani's in there. That was rude boy. Yeah, that was Roadman days, man. That was yeah. I was a nice person, but very, very arrogant and very stuck in my ways. Oh, Ronaldo! Oh, Ronaldo scored. I told you he would score. He's been absolutely horrific. He's just scored a tap-in. Oh, I told you he would score. A lot of people in the chat are absolutely fuming, but I just knew it. I just knew it. I just knew the ball would fall for him and he would put it in. They've been crap. Absolutely crap. And Ronaldo's just scored. Wow. 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 I knew it. I said to you, didn't it? One chance will drop. Emre must be fuming. They've had so many chances to score a goal. So many chances. They've let them off the hook. Let's have a look here what happens. Fred puts it back stick. Ronaldo heads it in. It just falls to Ronaldo. Oh, he's fuming, the goalkeeper. He's got to save that, though, hasn't he? Goalkeeper's got to save that. It just falls to Ronaldo. He's going mad there. Heads it in, and what happens there? Who's it dropped to? I don't know if Jesse Lingard taps that. It's an assist from Jesse Lingard. Oh, the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper. He saved his job, mate. Terrible performance. Absolute terrible performance. But you know what? Goal was coming. I said he would score. You could feel it. Like you say, you could feel it. They're probably going to score right at the end. Someone will fall from spoiled the night. Where did 5 minutes extra time come from? Tony's not happy. Junior's like, no, Mr. Tappin scored. Oh, man, yeah, he scored, mate. He scored, Mr. Tappin. That means only silver lining for the rest of us. Listen, they've been awful. And Villarreal should have put this game to bed first half. This is not... Curtis tweeted 30 seconds before Ronaldo saying, without service, Ronaldo is the Portuguese Benteke. It's how you don't listen. You can't be listening to Curtis, mate. His tweets are all over the shop. He's trying to give people banter and that, and they're just coming back on him and they're scoring. Oh, they're scoring, mate. He needs to stop. You know what he needs to do? If Arsenal are losing, he needs to tweet that Aubameyang is, you know what I mean, Akin Fenwa or something like that. That's what he needs to do. Then immediately delete it. He cannot write it. Oh, Curtis, mate. He's got to stop doing that. I can tell you that. I think Real will hammer them at their place. Yeah, they will. Very lucky. Poor performance. Poor team tonight. I can tell you that, people. I know there's Man United fans in the chat, but very, very, very lucky to have won that game. That does not tell you the picture about what has happened this evening. Very, very, but might be all smiles now. They've got the 3 points, but terrible performance. Poor, just poor. Villarreal just unlucky, but that's how football goes. If you don't finish your chances, Pogba's not happy at all. Look, fuming, not looking at Solskjaer, he's not happy. If you don't finish your chances, ultimately the other team are going to get an opportunity and score. They're probably going to score. When you've got the likes of Ronaldo on the pitch or Jesse Lingard comes on, Bruno Fernandes, they're going to nick a goal. And yeah, big time. I'm not sure what people are going to say about that, but interesting what reaction people get off that game, because if they're honest, terrible performance. But they won. Right then, people, absolutely loved the stream as always. Daily Bible will probably be back tomorrow. We'll have a look. There was no real news today. Guendouzi had a little fallout with some of his players. I've seen that, but there's nothing really going on. So tomorrow we will Daily Bible make sure we pick up some, maybe a Champions League roundup and speak about that. As much as it pains me, Arsenal not in the Champions League. So we'll probably speak about the Champions League tomorrow, and obviously we'll do a preview, about Arsenal. That's what we will look forward to. Let me just have a quick look at all the scores. Chelsea lost. Yep, Chelsea lost. All the other scores remained the same. So, they've all got a big smile on the face at the minute, because at the end of the day, it's only results that matter. But very, very, very lucky. I can tell you that. That is for sure. So, yeah, tomorrow we'll speak about Champions League. We'll also speak about Brighton and Arsenal, and we will take it from there. As always, people, have a great rest of the evening. Good night's sleep. Rest is important, and we will see you all tomorrow. You take care.